how do you create freebies in order to attract new clients? First thing you want to create is a lead magnet. Typically, I like to create your lead magnets are going to be related to what your 12 steps are. Remember, that's one of the first things we did when we started working together on your onboarding call. We sat down and we said, who's your ideal client? What problem are we solving? And then we listed out what your 12 steps are to get somebody to achieve the problem that they're paying you for. You want to create a lead magnet that's related to that. You could do a live, you could do a masterclass and my live or webinars. This is something that I do every week. Every week I go live. I train inside of my community. It's called the coaching playbook. I train inside of my school community. I go live. I go live on Facebook. I go live on Instagram. I don't just do it for my health. I do it because I want to know who's paying attention. I want to know who's showing up. That gives me the ability to follow up with them, which is one of the ones we're going to be talking about. But that's one thing we can do. Free group. Some of us, you may already have like a school group or school community, the course, the digital course. Maybe you might put like a 5-series course, 5-part course together. You can write some type of ebook. If it's on a topic somebody likes, they will want to download or access your ebook or read it. I like what we call calculators. Calculator, typically you do this through like let's say like Excel or Google spreadsheet. And then so essentially what that is like something where it takes a level of computation. Like I give you an example. I got one that I'm running right now that's called the ads tracker. And basically it's an internal tool that we use, but the tracker is every time you get new leads, there's certain information that you can track about that lead, like certain attributes about the lead. Did they come in as a client? If they didn't come in as a client, what excuse or reason that they gave you that they couldn't come in? Was it bad timing? Was it financial reasons? And then it calculates all of the leads that you spoke to that month, and it gives you a percentage. How many clients closed? How many people came in as clients? How many appointments did you do this month? But that's what you would call a calculator. It computates the numbers, right? So you might have something that does that. I had another one that was like you put your numbers in and you put how much money you want to make per month, and then you put how much your course is, and then it automatically calculates how many clients you need to get, how many appointments you need to do per month, and how many clients you need to get in order to reach your monthly revenue goal. That is what I call a calculator. People love calculators. And then you also have one-on-one mentoring. So these are some good lead magnets that you can use. What could you do a lead magnet on? That's number one. The second M is marketing. Once you have your lead magnet, your goal now is to market it. I promise you, this is not as complicated as you think. You have to let people know about your lead magnet. When you're letting people know about your lead magnet, meaning if you have a one-on-one conversation with people, you tell people, hey, I have this free group, invite them to the group. Hey, I have this ebook, invite them to the ebook. Hey, I have this workbook, I have this worksheet. Hey, I'm doing I'm doing a free mentoring session. I'm going live. I have this course. You should be telling people that privately. Also, obviously, we got social media. You need to be telling people repeatedly on social media that you have this thing. Going live, making a post about it, putting it inside of your group, DMing people about it. You should be telling people about this lead magnet that you have. If you have an email list, you should be emailing people. You have an email list, email people about it. Tell them about this lead magnet. If you're running ads, you can run ads to your lead magnet. Good way to tell. You want to tell as many people about this as possible because this is quote unquote the bait. This is what's going to make people say, I want that thing. And that this is what's going to draw them to you. I might hit them up. I might tell them on the call. I might follow up a day later, a week later, a month later and say, hey, I'm going live talking about this topic. And I think that you'll like it. By the way, it doesn't even have to be about something coming up. It could be something you already have. I might say, hey, I did this master class, which could be a webinar or a live or ebook or something I created, and say, hey, I did this live. I'll frame it as a masterclass just so just because it just kind of sounds better. So I'll say, yo, I did this masterclass. I think that you would really like it. Would you want to check it out? It's going to help with the problem that you said that you had. And then guess what? They're going to re-engage. Some people may not, but some people will. And I'll promote it all of these ways. Number three is literally that's booking the appointment. So your goal is to create a meeting. The purpose of why we're giving this away is to create the meeting. So now you do outreach. I'm just gonna say you call / text, DM, and then that takes them to an appointment. You do a meeting, and then once they respond, by the way, this is also gonna be email, and your goal is to book an appointment. Typically, what I do is if I have their number, I'm straight calling them. That works, and I have no problem with it because we're already talking. If they call me, so say if I'm talking to somebody one-on-one and I have a training, let's say I send them the masterclass or let's say I send them an ebook, I'll call them up 2 days later. Now, maybe they might be ready. Things might have changed, but I'll call them up 2 days later. Let's say somebody tells me they're ready in a week. I'll call them a week from now and I'll first ask them about the ebook. I'll initiate the conversation with the ebook. And then I'll say, hey, did you get a chance to check out the ebook on how to get clients? They'll say yes or no. They say no. It's all right, listen, no worries. Listen, that's gonna help your challenge with you being able to, to get clients. By the way, I know you were mentioning that you were ready to get the ball rolling. So how are we looking on that? All right, you ready to take the next steps? Boom. That feels much better than just having them just straight ask if they're ready. There's places and times for it, but that feels better to just do that. So this is just like a better and easier and more value-based way for people. So it's magnet, marketing, and meeting. And the meeting is however they respond back to you, you can respond back that way to book the appointment. Typically, I'll just straight call or I'll text to try to get the appointment. I'll call and say, hey, I got your email that you wanted the master class. I'm shooting that over to you right now. By the way, let me ask you this. What problem are you trying to solve with it? What you working on right now? Boom. Now we back into the sales conversation. Magnet, marketing, and meeting. All right. And these are the ways to do it. These are the ways these are the types of things you can create. This is the marketing that you can do for it. And then this is the purpose of it. Our purpose is to book a meeting. So you contact them back one of these ways and you book the appointment. And the appointment is where you make the offer. Bada bing, bada boom.